Season's greetings and welcome to Two Balls and a Mic, 151 weeks in a row. We're going to go ahead and get down to it. It is the day after the greatest day for any soccer fan. The World Cup final just passed. Argentina, los boludos, son campeones del mundo. Argentina beats France in penalties in probably the most thrilling and most exciting and best World Cup final ever. Some might say the best tournament ever. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about everything that went in and around the World Cup. Because, yeah, the World Cup is over. 3.5 years until we watch a World Cup in person. Is Messi ending the greatest of all time debate? We're going to go ahead and just decide.
Whew. Yeah, man.
Soccer's 2. We did Soccer's 2. We're going to talk about the different experience of doing commentary in English. It was a little bit of weird. Talk about our fantasy football. Corbin is out. Sorry, Corbin. Some surprises. The boy Weston is in. Javi dominating. Brandon dominating. We're still in it.
Yeah, we won our bye week, so that's good. We'll talk about that towards the end for a little bit. How are you doing? Doing good?
Better than you, apparently.
Yeah, no, I'm a little under the weather right now, but I'm still out here.
The best Two Balls and a Mic docs are on it, and we can safely say that, you know, it's not COVID.
Yes, 100%.
So that's good. Tests have been conducted, and everything is gravy. Gravy, something you should stay away from.
Me?
Yeah, you. Yeah, you. I'm telling you.
Stay away from a lot of things.
Then please, like, I'm concerned as a friend. Like,
concerned about what exactly?
You, man, your
Let's
health.
Let's dive into it.
Your health,
shall
like,
we? What are you concerned about? My health.
I think that
I'm in the
you have
best
to really,
shape of my life right now.
Really reconsider with the intake of such such amounts of stuff.
Such amounts of such.
Such amounts of I don't know, man. Like. You're just hitting a place where it's just unhealthy, and as a person of value to you, the most value actually in your life, the most value. Yeah, we got a little.
You got one too.
Yeah,
you were a little salty. I got one.
Nah, it's only nice. We got ourselves a little Christmas card all the way from Wisconsin from the green powerful Drew, who's in the chat. Shout out Drew. Shout out to you, my friend. Alfie being the star of it. It's that dog owns the house. It was
for sure.
It was the dog that decided to move this beautiful San Diego family over to cold nuclear winter Wisconsin. Of course, he's watching the Packers game. Like, what else is there to do in Wisconsin on a Monday night when the Packers are playing? Like, it just shuts down, I imagine. Like, everybody in Wisconsin who, other than probably Drew and like a handful of Wisconsinites, is like, soccer happens? Soccer? Packers are playing on Monday nights. What's the real deal?
Those type of people are the ones that are saying, okay, my interest in soccer is done for the next 4 years.
Is that a win? Is that a win in general for soccer? Or do you think, like, just looking around, did this World Cup have more impact with people who don't watch the game?
I think it's something that soccer's used to already, right? There's a reason why the World Cup gets billions of views.
And billions.
But let's dive into it, right? The World Cup final, Tony.
All right, so we had a little bit of a midweek episode as far as deciding who was going to win. We talked about the semifinals and everything that went into Argentina and France. Argentina? I think we did. I think so. I think you did too, because you were going flip-flop with, like, depending on who asked you. You were like, oh, well, have a bet here, and I said France, and have a bet here, and I said
won
Argentina.
$20.
Out of 5 bets of $100 each?
No. I only made one bet. But yeah, no, so obviously I think, in my opinion, Tony, this was the greatest soccer game that has ever been played.
Like, just soccer game, like, just period, like in
any I mean, there's other, but this one was just so thrilling. It was so exciting. It went back and forth. Argentina did what they did against Netherlands, is giving it up in the last few minutes again. Mbappe just showing why he's bound to be one of the greatest ever as well.
Okay, is Mbappe? Okay, there's just so much to go on.
Yeah.
There's like a side question.
Okay.
Is Mbappe the greatest World Cup player of all time?
No, that's Pelé. You gotta win. You gotta respect how many you've won.
Okay.
Greatest World Cup player.
Okay.
You got to respect that. I think
Is he the second greatest World Cup player?
it's hard to say it
You're
because
already
he's still
diving
so
into the
young.
loser. Yeah.
He's still so young, right?
Mhm.
Like I've seen people talk about how if Mbappe would have won this World Cup, had he been one of the like in that GOAT debate now, right? Is he with the greatest of all times? And I think it's still too early. You can't really claim someone to be at that level. You never know. Mbappe in 2 years could just somehow flop and just drop level.
Yeah.
You know anything can happen. God forbid he gets an injury and he's done, or he just decides to retire early. You never know what could happen in the future. But right now, there's no question that he's at least top 3 in the world.
So you watched this in English.
I did
Why?
because I don't like Cantor.
You don't like Cantor?
I hate Cantor.
To the point where you'll watch stale, just, yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I create my own excitement when I watch soccer. I don't need to hear someone's excitement. I create it in my own mind in a way when I watch the game. Oh, you like that answer, huh?
No.
Yeah, you do. I can tell you do. No, I do. I honestly hate. I hate Andres Cantor. I just can't stand his comments. I think he's always biased against, especially when he does Chivas games. He's just not a big fan, obviously. But Argentina, I mean, I didn't put 2 and 2 together at first. I was like, I should have probably watched it just because of the excitement in his voice, and he was bound to cry, and he did.
Wow, spoiler. But yeah, so it was a good World Cup setup. In any other timeline, like this is a fairy tale World Cup, fairy tale moment for Lionel Messi. Like,
Yeah.
it would have been one of the saddest things had he not won it.
Bro.
But there's just so many things that went into it. Like, it's an act of whatever the hell you believe in that Messi won this one. Because had this World Cup been in the summer,
No lo gana.
France's team get out. Maybe Morocco doesn't do as good. Maybe this, maybe that, maybe whatever. But I don't think Messi wins the World Cup if it's in the summer.
I second that. I think France would have been 2 stack, right? You would have had your recently signed to Chelsea and Nkunku. You would have had Benzema. You would have had Kante.
Kante, I mean, we still would have been injured, but yeah, I mean, even with those, right? Like,
are you sure? Kante? I think he got injured like 3 months ago, right? Not 6 months ago.
He hasn't been match fit in a while.
Yeah, but I mean, he would have still maybe been an option at the time, but who knows, man? France would have been 2 stacked. You never know what Argentina could have done. Obviously, everything would have been so much different. Had it been in the summer, the heat would have eventually played a bigger factor in a lot of the players.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I agree with you. I don't think Argentina wins it in the summer.
So strengthened teams, right? I think at the end, you disagreed when I said that. I thought France had the upper hand roster-wise as far as penalties and talent overall.
No, 100, no.
But as far as the starting 11 goes, right? These are the substitutes here. 26 players able to just take it off of there. I don't want to.
Another strike.
Yeah, actually, our first strike ends today.
Dope.
But yeah, so
You're welcome.
Julian, you didn't do anything. I did the school. Julian Alvarez, the future, seems like that's going to be a kid. He ran so much in this tournament. It's crazy.
Crazy how good Julian Alvarez is.
He's Haaland's backup.
I'm really surprised.
World Cup champion.
I'm really surprised he didn't win Young Player of the Tournament. He was Enzo.
Yeah.
But still, right? Like, I saw a picture of Alvarez, like, trophy cabinet already, and he has a Libertadores. He has a bunch of fucking trophies already. A World Cup under his belt. Like, this guy's insane, and you have to remember, he's going to go be in Haaland's shadow the rest of the season.
Yeah, unless Haaland gets injured, which is a possibility. That guy's been resting on his butt for a month.
We're going to see a pretty informed Alvarez with well-rested Haaland.
Premier League starts again.
We have
Liverpool or League Cup, Liverpool, Man City.
Liverpool, Man City.
Man City, yeah.
It's going to be great. It's not Thursday. Only City player that did anything in this cup, yes. I mean, Agüero did a lot of streaming.
A lot of supporting. Cantor is meh. Sucks. Oh, somebody agrees with you.
Yeah.
Snacks Bautista. Shout out Snacks Bautista.
But yeah, no. I told you in penalties.
See, I agree with that. I agree he's met. It's not my choice. It really isn't. If it was up to me, I would have watched every single minute of World Cup action on TV Azteca.
Oh, for sure. But
Like,
it's
it's just not
we're
available.
Yeah.
It's just not available. For the Mexico games, I
But
went back and listened to
You
the
prefer to
audio.
watch it in Spanish either way.
100%. It's and that's why it's in Spanish.
I
Like,
just wanted to
prefer it in
support our
Spanish.
boy Landon Donovan. Fox.
Was he on there?
He made some comments during the game. Like,
Some say he made some. Just that's exactly what he did as a loyal head coach. Just made some comments here and there.
yes.
But yeah,
Man,
so
I can't wait to
lineup:
talk about him. Talk to him about this whole thing.
Julian Alvarez, Messi, McAllister, who's did a great World Cup. Enzo Fernandez, De Paul.
Have you seen the comments about McAllister? Saying that his next game is against what team in the League Cup against?
Because he's
Cardiff or
he's
some
in the
He's in Brighton,
right? Yeah.
So he has a League Cup against some shitty team, right? And he's coming from the World Cup and he has to go back and play for Brighton. I think he's could be leaving this January transfer.
They play Charlton.
There you go.
That's wild. I don't know how long what the recovery period for these Argentinian players is going to be, but it was emotionally exhausting.
I think Argentina declared
national holiday
tomorrow national holiday, right?
100%. But yeah, Tagliafico, Otamendi, who played a great World Cup. This final, 2-3. Otamendi.
He was all right.
He was all right. Excuse me, Romero, and then Molina, and then Martinez, who is the hero in this World Cup. Messi will be talked about.
Bro.
Messi will be revered, remembered, made posters of. But if Martinez doesn't, I don't know, just get something street named after him.
Bro.
Wild. Just wild.
Great
World Cup. Great World Cup.
And he's been on that level the past couple of years with Argentina, right? When you see in Copa America how he, just gets in players' minds when it comes to penalty, like what he did with Colombia. We've all seen the videos, right, where he just starts saying, ya te conozco, hermano, te voy a comer. Like, bro, he's a genius. When he grabs the ball against
You're getting ahead of yourself. Relax.
Well, you start mentioning him, and I'm getting excited.
Well, I'm literally at the fucking starting lineup. Relax.
I'm so excited. Let's go.
But yeah, so they went up against this French team who, even though injuries before the World Cup, during the World Cup, camel illness, which sounded a little bit racist. Did you hear like camel fever, camel flu? That was what the camp got.
Oh, really?
You didn't know
that
that?
was the illness?
Yeah.
I just
which when I read it was camel flu or camel fever, was like, okay, guys, come on, just because it's they're in the Middle East,
that's
no need.
Up.
But I guess it's a real thing.
Oh wow.
So then
Karim Benzema, Lucas Hernandez.
Karim Benzema was available here. Just never gonna play. Maybe, man. Why not? A penalty shot.
I don't know.
It's a kick. All right, so the starting lineup here for Didier Deschamps starts with Capitan Lloris in the back, Hernandez, who came in for the other Hernandez when Hernandez went down and Hernandez went in, so Hernandez stayed on, and Hernandez had a really good World Cup.
Brothers.
Upamecano, Varane, Koundé, Griezmann, who had a fantastic World Cup as a midfielder, just a completely reinvented Griezmann. He's really versatile. He started on the wing with Sociedad, moved a little bit more in the middle, in a center attack, center forward type position. Now he's playing box-to-box midfielder, and that's what he did, and that's the reason why Monaco wasn't so successful, is because Griezmann was just unstoppable. Tchouaméni, Rabiot. Then you have Mbappe, obviously, with the 10, who's just a world breaker. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
Ooh la la.
Is it?
Ooh la la. Yeah, dude, it's world class what he can do.
The greatest striker in French history, technically speaking, Giroud, and then in World Cups, and then Dembélé. On paper. With the track record that France had, with the team that's on paper. They should have done better.
It's a stronger team, right?
Yeah.
I was telling my friends, 'cause we were talking about this, right? I think a lot of us were kind of blinded with what France did this World Cup, and they looked so dominant, but they really didn't have tough matchups. What was the real tough matchup they had this World Cup? It was England.
Morocco.
England was the first one in the quarterfinals, and they struggled against England. England was the better team that game.
Yeah, decent England.
And they struggled.
Harry Kane.
They didn't destroy. They didn't dominate.
Harry Kane was the one that,
yeah,
messed that
for sure. And then they play Morocco, and it's not like they actually dominated either. They had a couple scares. They had a couple, they scored early, but Morocco could have tied it up. They had a chance, and then they eventually put it away.
Yeah.
And now they play Argentina, who only gradually got better from the start. Like you saw, lost to Saudi Arabia and were completely lost. Beat Mexico, who, by the way, Mexico only lost to the champions.
Yeah, I pointed this out when we were doing San Diego Soccers.
Yeah.
It had to take, listen to me, it had to take the world champions.
Zoom in on your face.
It had to take the world champions, the champions of the world, with the greatest player of all time in his greatest tournament in his life, in the best run of games that he had, to beat this Mexican side. Nobody in the World Cup, except for the champions, were able to beat Mexico. Nadie más. No one else. No one else touched Mexico. And I think that makes us subcampeones, second best.
Argentina needs to include Tata Martina in this trophy celebration. Fucking did it. His plan worked.
It's wild.
He did it. He fucked up the Mexico lineup against Argentina so they can get their first win. Had Mexico beat them, they wouldn't have
had Mexico beat them. Had Mexico tied.
Bro, they wouldn't have been there, dude.
Because Argentina fouls a lot, so they would have gone to fair play. So, had Mexico tied, it had to take Lionel Messi's greatness to be able to have the chance to. We didn't lose to England. We didn't lose to
France.
To France. We didn't lose to. But we didn't tie Wales. Come on, who are we?
Poland.
Strong Lewandowski, boy. Lewandowski.
Crack.
What else did the U.S.?
We didn't lose to Netherlands.
Did not lose to the Netherlands this time. Not this time. No siree.
Nope.
Croatia. Nuestros hijos en mundiales. Our children in mundiales.
Lost to the champions of the world.
So, Mexico. FIFA just rank a second.
My hopes are very high for 2026 now.
We're qualified already. Congratulations,
easy peasy.
Done. Dominated.
Fácil.
Dominated. You know what? Canada got first. We, gracious.
Davis, the boy, he's heartbroken. Let him have it. Let him have it.
But Mexico is just this is truly a victory for Mexico.
Yeah. 100%. Thank you. You're welcome,
Gracias,
Messi.
Canelo.
You're welcome, Messi.
Your game is part of Mexico's legacy now in World Cups.
It is what it is.
That's just fact. Don't you dare try to come on to this side. You just do your 2-year run and that's it. Don't come to the next Mundial, please. No.
That's it.
Please,
enjoy
yeah,
it.
Tranquilo, viejo.
Ya, por favor.
Yeah, we don't need that. Se fuerte, Patricio. But
yes,
eventually, Chiva, guess what? This game starts.
Yes. Now we're getting to the good part.
If I can find it.
If you can find it,
if I can find
it.
it.
So while you look for it.
Se fuerte, Patricio.
So we're talking about the lineups, right? I think
done with
France the lineups. Had a more solidified team.
And so, yeah.
Penalty here?
Penalty call in the 20th minute. Good penalty call.
Di Maria. Game of his life.
Di Maria, El Ángel, the angel of Argentina, has scored in the last 3 World Cup finals. Did you see him correcting Kun Agüero?
Not 3 World Cup finals. Agüero,
not World Cup finals, yeah.
But just the 3 finals that Argentina has played.
Yeah.
Porque le dijo, y la Supercopa. He's Agüero. He's like,
oh. But yeah, game of his life, and he came out relatively early in the game too. Like he came in, did what he had to, and just put it all out there. Played some great soccer.
Bro, he was tearing it up, dude.
On the left hand side, just
I'm sorry,
eating everybody.
Barca
Koundé could
fans,
not.
Koundé's your right back? I'm so sorry. I put Sergio Roberto back over there. Might as well keep Serginho Dest, dude.
Bring him back.
Koundé's your right back? His highlight of the World Cup was wearing a chain for 43 minutes in one of the games.
Yeah.
Other than that, he didn't
Not a professional.
Shit.
It's not a real professional.
I'm sorry. Koundé, not a fan. Complete trash.
Yeah, so Di Maria was putting that pressure on Koundé, not Koundé, Dembele ends up being the one to commit the foul.
It's Barcelona right side for France.
What is Dembele doing defending in the box? Where is Koundé that he had to resort to that? I mean, you have 3 players surrounding Di Maria there. You should have had enough to control him. Yes. Di Maria could have just passed to the outside. You got a shot, but you got bodies in there. But you decide to just go in for the foul. Like, just
was it a soft foul? Absolutely. Was it still contact? And the way the referees this World Cup have had the calling the penalties, it was going to 100%, even if they check VAR.
Yeah.
The VAR was Mexican. We all know how the VAR in Mexico is complete trash. But anyways, had they gone to a check, this would have still been called. A perfect example is Lewandowski's penalty against Mexico.
Shove.
It was super soft, but it was a tug and it was a call.
Yeah.
This would have been called either way.
Yeah, I don't think we can say soft calls anymore, especially if this style of refereeing. If this is a style that they're going to go with in everywhere, and that's how pretty much that's been going on, where the World Cup sets a precedent, right? Frank Lampard scores, doesn't score, Campanazo, we need goal line technology. We have this happen. This is a new standard. VAR, new standard. If this is what modern soccer is going to be, then I'm all in for it. And I'm not one to be all in for modern soccer, but if this is what the hybrid is going to be, I've always been 100% on technology for offsides and goal line technology and out of bounds. Out of bounds because, again, you can't argue it. You can't argue it. The goal in Japan and Spain, like the ball did not leave. La circunferencia de la esférica no abandonó el terreno de juego completamente, totalmente. The ball in its entirety needs to not be hovering above that line.
Like Chavos just says, soft call.
Soft?
After everything you said, he just says soft call.
But
nonetheless, penalty.
Penalty nonetheless.
Who's going to shoot it?
You shouldn't do that as Dembele. You shouldn't put yourself in that position. It gets called. Penal. And, of course, Messi comes up to be the one to hit this.
Ese güey hace todo, güey. Ese güey es carpintero, árbitro, doctor.
Oh, is the boy? The boy? Oh, what's his name? Johnny Sins?
Ese güey es un talento, güey.
Oh, no. Safe search is off. Oh, no. Okay.
Güey, ese es doctor, es árbitro, es plomero.
Yeah, I see it.
Qué talento, güey.
La
final del mundial, güey. Can't wait to watch this video.
I see it.
Yeah. Right there, yeah. So anyways, who else to shoot the penalty? Who has shot the most penalties this World Cup? Lionel Messi.
I was thinking Lionel Messi is not a good penalty taker.
But he missed
not
one
a good
World Cup.
This World Cup he missed one.
Made what? 3? 4? I think he made 4. He scored 4,
including penalties and
extra
time.
He scored 4 in game penalties.
Yeah. But yeah, Messi with the left, little hesitation, same exact spot where Memo.
No, the thing is, he's been so genius with his penalties. After that miss, motherfucker, he scores every single penalty except the one that would have put Mexico through.
Yeah.
Te odio, Messi. Te odio. Pinche crack. Racista contra los mexicanos.
Oh, hey, whoa. Messi scoring that 1-0. At this point, it's like, all right, we have ourselves a game. Lloris honestly should have just dove to his left.
You said Lloris. You've told me Lloris is such a great penalty stopper.
He is.
Se venció bien cacho, güey.
He chose a side. Had he gone to the other side, he would have probably stopped that.
This is such a good play.
And Argentina has been playing really well. Really well this entire World Cup. Really good team play. They've been gelling.
First game.
Yeah, of course. Poco, pendejo.
probably the best thing that happened to them this World Cup, though.
He's losing to Saudi Arabia. But this whole time, like, they've had just the attacking position is just so fluid because Messi is able to do whatever the hell he wants. Mm-hmm. You just see when Messi walking at midfield, at the center circle. You see him just walking on the side. Sometimes he tracks back a little bit, more of a center mid position. Like, sure, let him do whatever he wants. And you can tell everybody's like, get the ball to Messi. There was a point in the second half where it was like, get the ball to Messi. Like, why is the Paul deja la bola? Like, he's over there, and he would be open. Yeah. And then he would just try to make, like, no, like, this is not time for that. Like, if anyone
you had all this time to play as a team. Now's the time to just give the ball to Messi.
Just give him the ball. That's because that's what France ended up doing. Just give the ball to Mbappe. Have Mbappe be involved in the play. And it worked. And that's like that's what happens when you have some of the best in the world. But yeah, Di Maria with a goal here, just amazing finishing to the point where Messi with that pass, like it's just sex. It's just good.
All the passes were just freaking brilliant.
So the brilliance of this finish, right, is that you just see this and you're like, oh, just tap it in, right?
No, but that's difícil.
It's difficult, not just to tap it in, but the way he did it. He hit it with a top spin, so it bounces off the ground, hit on the top, and it bounces again up, and it just bounces just enough to go over Lloris just in case he was there. So he has the ball there.
Not only that, but the easy tapping is you shooting it to your first post.
Yeah.
Straight ahead. He crossed it as well. Knowing that Lloris is going to dive towards that first post, he just crosses it.
Yeah.
It's great finishing from Di Maria. Obviously, his IQ is insane, like you said.
Oh, what? Oh, what'd you find on the web, boy? Did you find more replays of the goal on the web, boy? Is that what it is, boy?
Shit's alive, bro. I'm not wearing that shit anymore.
Oh, man, boy.
Oh, scary.
Girls be checking up on you, huh? You got your location on.
No kinds.
Yeah, that's a new thing I heard that the kiddos are doing.
The kiddos, you old mother.
Hey.
It's Tony's birthday month, and he's almost 30.
Hey, girl. I just wanted to ask.
Wait, you turned 30, right? In like 2 weeks? A week?
Let me see that phone.
10 days.
You
10 days and you're 30.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
What are them digits? Oh, the password?
10 days and the boy's 30.
Here, let me just use your pretty little face.
Wow.
And then unlocks it with her
You gotta
face.
work, you know.
Shit.
Anyways.
Let me turn on your location. Oh, no, it's a little too soon, don't you think? Nah, I need to know
your girl's location.
I need to know where you at. No, that's weird. That's weird. No, that wouldn't be weird, but like
safety
as a dating thing, like, ugh.
Oh,
I know where you at. Why were you at Carnival at 10 p.m.? I was getting some carnitas.
Estás carniceando la carnicera.
Le dicen las carnitas. Classic celebration. Just he was crying as soon as he scored it. Like just the amount of emotion in that face is something. Again, I talk about like
feo el pinche Di Maria.
Honestly, that's what it looks like if like Herrera just didn't do anything.
Fix anything.
Yeah, it was just natural.
Hey, you know what? I give him props though. He said he has all this money. He said I'm not gonna change anything about myself. Feliz cumple, bobo. Bobo.
Okay, but tú, bobo.
Hey, Bobo.
Have you ever seen Bobo?
What words just came out of your mouth?
Bobo.
Bobo. I swear, if this is copyrighted, I'm gonna be so mad.
Well, I mean, the song, I don't know, but like, essentially, it's an anime about Bobo, who is that guy, and has really.
His name is Bobo.
And he uses his nostril hair to fight crime, and demons and stuff. Like, and he fights against pieces of shit.
That is.
And
that's topic.
That's his villainy.
Super off topic. All right, let's dive back into the greatest soccer match of all time.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Di Maria just that emotion just coming over him. He was coming back, and then you see the descendants of East Germany celebrating in the stands. So 2-0 at this point. You're like, okay, what's gonna happen? France needs to really start pressing. Needs to really come up here, and they had it. Argentina had it, and the whole time I'm like, wow, like it's gonna happen. Like,
Quedaban 11 minutos.
just don't do anything stupid. And guess what Argentina does?
Something stupid?
But what do you think they did, boy? What do you think the stupid thing was?
Foul in the box.
No. Because it was handball. But no.
Oh, the second one was a handball.
Excuse me. Yes.
Otamendi fouled here.
Otamendi fouls.
What's this other stupid thing they did?
I'll get to it.
Oh. Mbappe. Oh, man.
Martinez.
I almost
hand on it. How the hell?
I almost
he
had
touched it. But that's why you got to have strong wrists. Like, don't let the ball go back. And, like,
I think it was just too
it
strong.
was just
of
a really
shot.
strong. It was a really good penalty.
Like, it was a
There's nothing
great
he could've done.
penalty.
Like, he guessed it right. He actually guessed a lot of them right.
Yes, I think almost all of them.
and then-
Always. 2 minutes later.
2
dude.
minutes later, what are we doing? What are we doing?
It's crazy how momentum makes a big impact in any sport, right? You feel it, and everyone knew, wow, they're gonna tie it up. And at one point, you really thought, wow, they can win this. And Argentina was just trying to get to the final whistle to survive.
Like, I just Messi's gonna lose this one.
You called me, and you're like, you told me Messi no la va a ganar.
He's not gonna win
I said,
this.
wait, ten fe,
I was
güey.
like, he's not with a goal like that.
Ten algo de fe, mamón.
With a goal like that.
Oh, wait.
Before, yes.
Fucking
Didier
Deschamps.
Deschamps, the gamble of a century. He said, I'm completely wrong here.
Minute
Giroud
40.
is not doing right. He's not good.
Dembele, no.
cost me a penalty. He's doing dick shit on the right wing. He's doing nothing. He's just causing me trouble.
It's that
losing the ball.
you told me Deschamps is a genius. Is it that
Deschamps-
he's a genius, or did Mbappe just save his ass?
He's a genius because, I mean, if you look at this frame, it's not Mbappe has the ball here. It's Kingsley Coman.
Who came in later in the second
Came
half?
in, he came in later, but again, he had that dynamicness.
That's just a sub you put in the second half regardless. You could have argued Coman could have started.
Yeah, but again, Thuram was a disruptor. Thuram came in for Giroud, and he was disrupting up top. Like,
Thuram cost them a World Cup at the end.
again,
I'm
follow
just
the
saying.
timeline.
I'm
Follow the timeline.
I'm just saying. He did.
Follow the timeline.
Cállate. Play it. Not your.
No.
Wow, you're gonna be so sad.
Kingsley Coman
Great play.
helping Mbappe. It's just smooth. As
Dude,
smooth as
then
it
he goes
gets.
all the way to penalties.
Mbappe, is he both leg good?
both leg good.
both leg
both
good?
leg good. Yeah, he's 5 stars. On the
Is he
Weak
5 stars on FIFA?
Foot.
Is he
5 star
really?
on Weak Foot. Yeah, he is.
I've never owned him. He's too expensive.
I've never played Ultimate Team.
But yeah, so I mean, body composure, like, it's only this type of amazing play that that this World Cup needed. Like, just like Zidane, Panenka to Buffon, Campanazo,
Campaniza,
like,
yeah.
like it's just those World Cup goals that you're like, yes, the best goals in the biggest stage.
Do you think this is the best goal in the World Cup?
Okay, let me think. Spain, no.
Was this better than Luis Chavez free kick?
Yes,
Wow.
yes,
No way.
yes,
No.
yes, 100%.
No, just pure goal. Not the importance of it. Not the fact that it was in this
Can't
minute.
factor
no.
that out.
No, yes, you can. I mean, you're talking golazo. You can.
This is better.
No, I disagree.
You're just a homer.
No, I disagree.
See, much like Didier Deschamps, I have the insight to admit when I'm wrong. Something clearly you don't. But
I mean,
This is a
honestly,
better goal.
had
what did
they
you guys
won the World Cup,
If you guys are here, people in the chat, Bobos, which goal is better? Which is like, okay, like,
I don't think this goal.
you think you think Chavez is better? I think Mbappe is better. I still don't think you can necessarily
the way you
separate the
worded
time.
that kind of says that Luis Chavez is better than Mbappe.
Well, that's what you're saying.
I said his
That's
goal
what.
was
That's
the
your
best goal of
argument.
this
Your
World Cup.
argument is that I will not. Whatever you guys think in el chat. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful,
was a great
beautiful
goal,
goal.
for
Great
sure.
goal. Like, oh my god. And okay, 2-2. Oh my god, what is going on here? What is happening? Like
Yeah.
again, completely neutral ish, more messy than Mbappe, I guess, but just a neutral fan. I was suffering. I could. If this is what it means for Mexico to be in a World Cup final, I don't think I want it, dude. I mean, obviously I want it, but
No, tú te mueres. Vato.
no.
Como estás ahorita, te mueres. Güey.
Yeah, I mean, at least I'll make it to watch them because you'll be with your condition. You'll no longer be with, you know.
Sí, güey. Condition.
2-2. 8 minutes. Overall, 90 minutes.
Give the ball to Messi.
Very well refed so far. Like, just overall, just
Yeah.
I saw Jack Blake actually posted.
Fucking Johnny referee,
Congratulations.
man. Está rifando,
Johnny
güey.
Sins. Well referee Jack Blake actually said, like, great World Cup for France, Argentina, and the referee. Like,
The final?
in the final. Like, very well ref. They let him play. There were some calls you're like, ooh. But again, this is a World Cup final. You have to let him play. Like, people
for
are
sure.
playing for their lives. Like, what this means, it's I don't know. But yeah, so extra the time
I thought he was
added.
going to score this.
Lloris had a performance in that second half. Just great. And then, in the extra time, Lautaro comes in, the
So
savior.
this was the confusion, right? The side ref raised us the flag, and this ref says, no, we're going to call the goal, because if we call the goal, we can review it.
Yeah, so Johnny Sins here, Johnny Soccer. As you can see on his right, on his wrist is the watch.
That's the goal line technology, right?
Yeah, and that just tells you it's a goal. The goal is there. Good headspace to be like, yeah, like you said, let's call it. We have the ability to go back,
check and call it back.
Yeah, 100%. Very NFL. It's like, yep, touchdown, and every play gets that's reviewed
Just review
anyway.
it at the end.
So Messi had the flag up, and actually, I don't know if you've seen.
A tanto así de la pompi, güey, from being offsides.
Yeah, there was a thing where it's like, he won. This goal went in just because the French's ass was too big.
Dude, Castro's content was pretty great this World Cup.
Yeah, and did you see where he saw this goal? And he celebrated, and then I just wanted to show the referee like raising the flag, and Messi's like, what do you mean? But then he keeps an eye on the mirror. It's like, yeah, screw you, I'm still gonna celebrate. I think I sent it to you actually.
I mean, his TikToks, they were all great.
I'll be on the hotline bling. Did I send it to you, boy? I want to make sure.
I don't know. Did you send it to me, boys? I don't think you did, actually.
But yeah, it was just the
Maybe.
goal line technology, the offsides technology of, hey, this
Dude,
this
I
man's-
really thought Lautaro
man's
was
butt-
offsides. I
man's
really
butt
thought
is
he was
big.
at first, but thank God for the technology that we have now, right? Just
some of it.
it's crazy how for some plays it came out slower than others, though. This, I mean, it was a World Cup final, so it better just be like that ready, and it was. And great goal. Who else to score the third goal to win it than Messi?
With his right foot.
Not the
There was-
prettiest goal,
so-
obviously, but it's still his.
L'Equipe. I don't know if you know who L'Equipe is. You know, L'Equipe.
See?
The magazine in France, the Ballon d'Or awards.
Mm-hmm.
They actually had a write-up today that says
It should have been called
it
off.
should have been called off.
Because the
Did you see why?
bench players were on the field.
Yep.
time.
And you can't do that. You cannot do that. It's
They're not gonna call it back though.
They would never. And
Like, no, you can't.
There was
anymore.
times it was like, can you imagine if it goes down to that? Like, what would have happened had they stopped play and called it back? Oh, because if the referee had seen that and done it, like,
I think if anything that the third goal for France doesn't go through anyways. Like everything changes. Nothing would have happened exactly how it happened after. Who knows? Maybe Argentina even scores 2 goals after that. Like you don't know what happens in that timeline. Oh, timeline.
Ooh, look at you using multi-syllable words. Johnny Sins. Shout out Johnny Sins. Great work. Underrated. But yeah, so Messi scores, and it's like, wow, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. 3-2. What a match. This is insane. Fantastic. Everybody's celebrating. Di Maria has been on the bench for like an eternity. Like he cried all his tears on the pitch and off the pitch, suffering. At this point, who was already out too? You had De Paul, Messi's bodyguard, who was exhausted. He came out. He was sitting next to Di Maria. They're just suffering. There's nothing you can do. I can't imagine just something so just frustrating than just not being able to help out. But again, Lloris played the game of his life too. Like this one-handed stop, amazing. Yeah, it was to him, but the reflexes and the wherewithal to just be there with one hand, come back up.
There's nothing he could have done anymore.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Like Lloris had a really great World Cup, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh man, like great goalkeeper. Fue gol.
Yeah. And
Idiot.
we're talking about this thing, right?
Like, wait, it's fundamentals to not turn around like this, and a lot of players do that shit. Like,
especially in VAR time, like you're not gonna get away with that anymore.
You can't do that.
Nobody's gonna get away with the ball anymore.
Have it on, like, stick it to your body. Hands behind your back has always been a classic technique when it comes to this type of shot. Like,
so that's not actually the boneheaded mistake I'm talking about.
What's
I knew this would happen.
What?
I'm like, it's 113th minute. This penalty, like something's gonna happen right before this penalty. What was the last set piece?
Oh, substitution on the corner kick.
During the corner kick.
So the Fox Sports commentator actually
Lemon?
said, normally you don't want to make substitutions on a corner kick. And I said, 100%. Tony has told me this multiple times. Fuck. Why did they make a sub right now? And then this shit happens. Clear penalty.
Clear penalty.
No
but
need-
again, the juju was there. You just don't do that. It's an unwritten rule.
Same side again.
Buries it.
Same side.
Again, penalties aside, like whatever. It's just a goal. Like it's a goal. France gets it. It's not as easy. Clearly, penalties have been super fundamental and key this whole World Cup.
Yeah.
This whole World Cup. Spain couldn't get it together. Croatia was great at them. Like they've been key, even regular in group stages, right? Obviously, Lewandowski missing. And yeah, going over all the way to the penalties, it's just something else. Where I just didn't. I was happy at that.
You cried.
I was satisfied. No, before the penalty, I was satisfied
with
the game.
Oh,
I was like, this game, just give him half.
It's
give him Messi wins the World Cup technically. If Mbappe wins it, like
the greatest game ever, dude. Not even World Cup final games. Like everything you saw, right? Like you saw.
If this was a group stage game,
ends in the tie. It's such a great game anyway. Still 3-3. So, and the everything that goes with it, right? You have Messi and Mbappe, who are teammates, and they're the two top goal scorers in the World Cup, and they're still not going to win a Champions League. But anyway, you have Messi in his last World Cup with a chance to win it all. Finally, the missing piece to solidify that he's the greatest of all time. Mbappe just does the unthinkable and is the second man to score a hat trick in a World Cup final.
Yeah.
He is already the top World Cup goal scorer in finals of the World Cup. He's about to be the World Cup all-time goal scorer in the World Cup eventually. Like, this guy is breaking records left and right, and he's going to keep breaking records. Will he get to, like, Messi level records?
I don't think
club
so.
level? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Internationally wise, easily.
Yeah.
Easily has already almost surpassed everyone. But you also have the whole... We talked about it before the World Cup started. There hasn't been a Latin American team that has won the World Cup since 2002.
Mm-hmm.
20 years.
It's been a while. And that was Brazil, the worst.
Argentina hasn't won since 86.
36 years.
Like, it's crazy.
Look at me doing the math there.
It's crazy. That was quick math. I'm very impressed.
No, because I saw it on a stat earlier. So,
okay, yeah. So, dude, like...
Yeah, so everything goes back all the way to penalties. At this point, it's amazing that we're even in the situation. Penalties happen. They come up, right? Martinez, goalkeeper for Argentina. Like,
You kind of knew, right? Like, wait, before the penalty start, did you actually think France was going to take it?
yeah. Like, and it
Wow.
wasn't... not necessarily that they were going to take it. It's just that
Dude, I was so
there's just
confident
something
Argentina had
that's
it.
going to, like, it's off. Like, it's like, I was waiting for Thanos to come in and just, like, it's not going to happen for Messi.
No. Dude.
It's just not going to happen.
I had the complete opposite feeling.
Okoye, this is no place to die. And then he turns into dust. Like, I was waiting for that.
No me siento bien, señor Stark. No me quiero ir.
I don't feel good, Mr.
Nah, they had the complete different feeling.
I don't know,
Penalties.
man. Like, again, penalties with Messi, like, and then the rest of the gang. Like, I didn't have faith in Messi's support group more than Messi. I'm glad that they both went with Mbappe and
they
Messi
all
first.
scored, right? Like,
Yeah.
no, for sure. I'm really happy that
I'm
both
glad that
the
they-
best play, as it should.
Yes.
As it should. You have your best penalty taker first.
Neymar was fuming. That's going to be a point of discussion in PSG's their locker room.
Haven't you told me before that you preferred like your best penalty like taking it third?
Yeah.
Okay, but
Yeah.
this one's
But I'm
walk
okay.
up.
But I'm okay with that.
And
That-
they
that's a
both
good
scored.
move.
That was
a
great
good move.
about it, right?
Again, it would have been different had
And
Messi.
then Mbappe shoots it in the same spot again. Almost blocks it. Gets a hand on it.
Almost.
And then he starts playing the mind games. He kind of knows he's not going to be able to get in the mind of Mbappe, right? Like, Mbappe already scored 3 goals. Oh, wait. He almost didn't block it. That was the first one.
That was the first one. And then,
Coleman.
yeah, second one. Solving,
By the way,
missing it.
Bullshit, because he misses a penalty and all these racist comments start happening for Coleman.
Yeah, I mean, you saw it with Saka
Pasan
in
de
the
verga.
Euros.
Se pasan
Like,
de
it's
vergas,
like
güey. Like, had Mbappe missed this penalty, would it have been the same shit? He just scored 3 goals in this fucking game.
probably.
Fucking
Like,
people,
it's
man.
probably, bro. Like,
It's crazy, dude.
it's unfortunate, but it's in some places it's part of the game. Para Mexico,
Doesn't dismiss it, though.
the goalkeeper chant is 100%, but it's part of the game, unfortunately. But in Italy, like, it's like,
Like Landon said, we have to change the game.
when did he say that? But yeah, I'm sure he has several times.
Said that in Coleman, misses it. Diego Martinez, crack, playing mind games. The one which, how do you pronounce his name? Shonemi.
Chouameni.
Bro, he just grabs the ball and then just tosses it.
But we're skipping the best part because
What
I had
best
to
part?
actually load it up. Not that. 120th minute. Less than 30 seconds to go. Second half of extra time. This is literally what I've always dreamed of. Bottom of the ninth. Bases loaded. One strike away from winning the World Series for the San Diego Padres. Tony Sanchez is on the mound. Full count. With Barry Bonds just waiting. Mike Trout. Strikeout. You win the World Series. That 120th minute.
I fucking hate
Less
that
than 30
analogy.
seconds to go.
I'm sorry. You thought you had time. I hate that analogy. Like,
I
stop
can't
comparing baseball with this shit.
You're stupid. Just
No.
you don't.
I get what you're saying.
You're just a closed-minded individual that has told me on several occasions, I don't like when people compare sports to different sports, and that is an incredibly closed-minded way of seeing things,
Nope.
and that's incredibly unfortunate for you as a sports podcast.
Nope.
Anyway,
You're a goalkeeper. You don't even play baseball. What are you doing? I get the play that you're going. Play it, because this was the best save in the World Cup.
I understand this, so I'm gonna start shitting on it, idiot.
Oh, pendejo tú, güey. Like,
Ooh.
because you're gonna be a pitcher for the Padres, güey. Shut the estúpido, güey. What's happening? People are gonna be like, "What's happening here?" Pinche Tony está ardido because está. Ya es que I don't. You know what? It's okay, boys. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be okay.
Petco Park is silent.
You're going to be okay.
Bottom of the ninth. But yeah, this stop right here is what you dream of. Like,
Yeah.
that is the goal. France wins it. Messi loses. That's it. You're out of the World Cup.
Dude, I really thought he was going to score. Any other player, Benzema.
But yeah, like, that was part of it. Like,
Yeah. I think with that save, you kind of gives you a little confidence in the penalties, right? Like, okay, este güey va para penales.
yeah, like this dude is, like, he's in another mode. Like, in the second half, like, nothing was going back like after this at all. The
Trout gonna hit a bomb off Tony Sanchez. Sorry. Oh man, que culeros.
So procrastinating Puma also has a. The only thing wrong with that as a comparison is that clearly Messi winning the World Cup equals Trout winning the World Series. I guess I'm Mike Trout pitching to Mike Trout.
Why are you putting your? That's my thing. Why are you putting yourself in that? Like that was my thing with it.
Oh, because I'm the greatest closer in Padres history. But yeah. In any case,
Man, okay.
yeah, this is actually it's a little pixelated. I don't want to give too much away, but Spence's reaction to that save.
A ver.
La estás viendo. They got that block.
Yeah.
No.
Like,
No.
man. Save of the tournament.
Frame
right?
that for me.
Same of the tournament.
Frame that. That's going to be Chiba, and that's going to be me at the Soccers on January 8th.
Yeah, sure. After I scored 2 on you.
No, you're not going to score on me.
Vato. A ver si llegas al juego, güey.
Keep dreaming, bro.
A ver si llegas al juego.
Hey, I hope you can make it to the game with your 2 legs, bro. All right?
I will.
Your 2 feet.
I will.
De fuerte, Patricio.
Oh man, we have a lot of inside jokes and people don't get it and it confuses
No, they
shit
do.
out
It's
of them.
fine. If they've been paying attention, they know. A goal also almost goes in off an error that Mbappe almost curled in. Nobody touched it and bounced off.
Con los ojos.
Yeah, just saw it with his eyes. But eventually, the performance of a lifetime led to just winning the World Cup final, and I liked it. It had emotion.
¿Qué pedo con ese güey cogiéndose el trofeo? He puts it like he gets the trophies and the Golden Glove trophy, and he just like celebrates the way he does. He gives no fucks.
He just completely did not give a single hoot. The call was great. Like, I know you don't like him, but just imagine Martinoli calling a World Cup final for Mexico and penalties.
That'd be way better.
Montiel. Montiel gol.
No. ¿Quién no lloró? ¿Quién no lloró en ese momento, en ese gol?
Yo.
Silky.
De la
Eso a la
victoria de
verga ese güey.
Argentina?
I was kidding. I'm sorry. I just don't like the guy. But I feel it. I'm just noticing a lot of scars are missing. What gives? Campeones. That's what gives.
Yeah, that's what it is. And you know, they deserve it. They deserve it as much as people want to say like no, this and that. Like it's the complete arc of a team in a tournament. You had ties, you had wins, you had losses, you had penalties, you had the greatest of all time coming and save you to the rescue. You had the teammates coming up. You had some great, just supporting actors with the Maria. Like, Argentina did the World Cup as exciting as you want to do it. Unfortunately, it just happens to be in Qatar under dubious circumstances. It's unfortunate that had to happen. It's unfortunate that Fox Sports and, something that you obviously support, Qatari slavery, with your support of Fox Sports because of their travel to Qatar campaign the whole time. At least Telemundo had some real journalism. Mm-hmm. I was impressed that Fox a Fox network had so much support for, brown people for once.
Landon Donovan, man, supports it.
Landon Donovan. But yeah, so this is what happened. This is just the fast cut of me just watching the penalties, the last moments. I was nervous for Messi. I was nervous for I wanted it to happen. And you told me too. You cried too.
I teared up for sure.
You teared up.
For sure.
I had an ugly cry. You hadn't seen that.
The thing is, so I couldn't process the emotion so much because I had to leave right away because I had to come pick you up to go to do the Soccer's 2 game.
And in the time that it took
Yeah,
for
you
to
had
come
the time
in,
to process it. You had time to do all that shit. I didn't. Se acabó el juego and I was like, Messi did it. Messi did it. Hell yeah. I gotta go.
Yeah.
We're gonna be fucking late. I'm on my way, Tony.
like as soon as it happened, I'm like, he did it. Watching Messi, like the people around the stadium, like the reason why I love the World Cup, the reason why it's the greatest sporting event ever. Why? Because I could be vulnerable like this.
Yeah, of
And
course.
show emotion.
Nobody expects that monster that fits in that jersey as an 8-year-old
That's that was an 8-year-old.
to be this emotional. Tony's a ball of emotions, guys. Like literal ball of emotions. Especially lately, the past week.
100%.
I don't know why.
But yeah, lots of emotions.
This
throughout.
was crying for Messi? Hell yeah, foo. Hell yeah, we're crying for Messi.
I'm not crying for Messi. I'm
Hey,
crying,
some
crying
cry for Messi, some cry for Charles.
I'm crying for Messi because that's what every little boy, girl dreams of, is just being the greatest of all time. Like having your moment, being there, knowing I grew up with Messi. I remember that game where he came in, him and Ronaldinho, the substitute. Like it was just like, oh, who's Ronaldinho's new buddy? Who's his new pal? He's like, oh, okay. He's, como chamaquito. Like he's doing, wow, he's really good. Like, oh my God, he's really, really good. Oh, what? He's 23. He already has 3 Champions Leagues and 2 Ballon d'Ors. Oh, what's going on? What? Him and Ronaldo going back and forth. But I've always been a Messi fan as far as playing wise. Like as what's good for the game. Messi is what's good for the game. When he retires, the game's going to be missing something. And we're not going to see it again. I was asked like, oh, what about Maradona? Isn't he better than Messi? No.
You know who I hate so much?
Messi didn't have to cheat to win a World Cup like that.
I hate Alexi Lalas.
Yeah. Nobody
hate
likes
him.
him.
I hate him. To me, he doesn't move me as much as Maradona did. Yeah, because you probably
Because you were
coke
a kid.
too.
You were a
Alexi
kid.
Lalas probably a cokehead too. That's why.
But yeah,
Hey,
like,
Alexi Lalas, if you hear this, if you want to join the pod, let us know. We'd love to have you as a guest.
Let's connect. But that's a culmination of soccer, and like
Yeah, for sure.
that's the epitome of soccer. I'm a soccer romantic. It had to happen where Messi won it because I can say like I watched the greatest of all time play. He is the greatest of all time. Oh well, Maradona this, Maradona that, Pele this, like Pele that. Yes, I'll give you that. And the argument can be made that I never watched Pele or Maradona play.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't.
Yep.
We didn't.
Only
And we can go
videos,
back
some
with videos and study and
It's not
this
the
and
same,
that. You can tell that they're the greatest
Brilliant.
of all time.
They're brilliant.
They're
yeah.
there. They're there. There's a commercial that came out that had Zidane in there. No. But it's now Pele, Maradona, Messi. But just because Messi, the longevity, the way he's played, the style that he
Records he has
plays,
broken. The 7 Ballon d'Or is gonna be 8 now, probably.
probably he's gonna get. He's just done it all. Like, what else is there to do?
There's nothing
What
else to do.
is there to do?
Like, you've seen all over social media, including myself, Ronaldo fans say Messi really is the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Like, there's no arguing about it. I think if anyone is still trying to argue against it, is being really close-minded, is being a little ignorant, is just, quite frankly, being a hater at this point.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, I wanted Ronaldo in this final against Messi, but I'm so glad it wasn't. I'm so glad because this game was literally everything you dream of as a World Cup final for any fan of the sport. A 2-0 at half, 79, then in 2 minutes they tied it, then Messi scores to win, and then they tie it up, and it goes to penalties. I'm not a fan of penalties, Tony, but the fact that it went to penalties the way it did and still worked out for Messi, man.
Usually it's the cruelest way to decide a game, but there was just no deciding other than penalties. This game couldn't be decided in regulation because they were just gone back and forth.
Yeah.
If they played forever, it would be a tie game.
Yep.
If they played forever, it would be a tie game.
Like a ping pong game.
It wouldn't stop. And it's just the brilliance on brilliance on brilliance on brilliance.
And here's the thing now, right? I hate Lautaro Martinez for being in that fight.
Hey, you can't tell him this angle.
Someone on Twitter edited him out actually, but here's the thing, right? Now you get to tell people whether you're older or whether you have grandchildren in the future or sobrinos or lo que sea when you're older, right? If you get to live to that long age, you can tell them,
well,
wow,
not you.
I witnessed the greatest of all time win his World Cup, and I got to see Messi throughout his career. I think he's had a way more entertaining career than Maradona has had. And just the fact, the trophies prove it, the records prove it. Like you said. And the thing with Messi, he's such a rated PG athlete. He has the life that everyone dreams of. Childhood sweetheart. He has the kid. He has the most adorable, huge dog. Wait, la vida de este güey es perfecta.
But
He's still, some people said, wow,
nothing.
este güey todavía tiene su abuelita. He still has his grandma in like some house in Argentina. Like, wait, you try to move an old lady from her house, from her lifelong house? No way that's going to happen. I bet you the inside of the house is luxurious as fuck from the grandma. Like, man, it look like crap outside. But I bet you inside, that's a nice ass house.
you just shit on the house. You're a jerk. No, yeah, 100%. No, yeah, definitely.
But yeah, dude, honestly, Johnny Sims, great World Cup final, man. Like, great referee.
Just the moment
yeah, dude, it's
Messi finds out, sees the ball go in, just falls. He did it.
Screw every player that did not go, that they didn't stay with them.
He went to Martinez after the penalty shootout.
Of course.
But yeah, I mean, as you know, Chappie says, like it's just the greatest of all time. The expression of soccer as an art form is not ever going to be topped, at least in my lifetime, from what Messi has been able to do throughout his career. He's had highs, he's had lows.
What does that comment say? Sorry, you were saying?
I don't know. I lost my train of thought. Choo-choo.
I'm sorry. There's something else for Messi to win. There's nothing else for Messi. And I want more for Messi, so he needs to win a Copa Libertadores.
He doesn't need to. Nobody needs to win a Copa Libertadores.
He doesn't need to.
Doesn't need to. I see it as a South American. I understand the sentiment, but
no, it's because he never played in South America.
He doesn't need to. But you know what else? You know what else he's gonna get? He's gonna get that MLS Cup. He's gonna get that MLS Open Cup trophy. San Diego Loyal versus Inter Miami. We'll show Messi what's up. I want to see Messi, mess with my boy Elijah Martin. All right, I want to see Messi go up against Coque Vegas in a penalty shootout. All right, I want to see Messi try to do that to good old Charles and Colin. All right, just dribble up the middle and ping pong it. Yeah, no, there's absolutely no way that match doesn't end 11-0 in favor of Messi. Just Messi.
Yeah,
just Messi.
Yeah. Like he doesn't even play the game. Like,
but yeah, man. Like
Martinez is world class, bro. What was this? You love to see this, right?
The infamous just thrust. The Gold Cup.
That's a way better
thrust.
word than what I was gonna say.
The gold glove thrust So he gets Martinez gets the.
Oh, people were pissed about this.
I'm pissed about that.
Really?
I'm pissed about that.
Why?
I don't. No need.
It doesn't.
No need. No need. Did Russia put on a furry hat on Mbappe when he won it to show his appreciation and his culture? I don't think so. Did Brazil put a samba attire, a carnival style coconut shell on Thomas Mueller's chest? I don't believe so.
Doesn't matter, bro. It's not that big of a deal. I hate when people do this.
Did South Africa go up and be like, "Hey, Iniesta, you want to know something? We have these traditional garments. I'm just gonna leave them at that. Could you please wear them as you lift the World Cup?"
Si se lo quita, lo matan, güey.
They just, again, I'm a very aesthetic person. When he lifted the cup, give it to him after. Give it to him after. Sure, 100%. Not when he lifts the cup. I didn't like that.
Whatever. I don't think it took anything away from anything.
It took everything away from it.
You know what? Just because of that, Messi, no World Cup for you. I'm sorry.
It's just getting taken back. There was a thing where, where'd it go? Where did we go?
I don't know what you're looking for.
There was a thing where if there were enough red cards for the championship game to have been suspended, do you know who wins it?
Who?
England.
Really?
Because of fair play. That's how that's decided. England winning the fair play trophy. Congratulations to them.
That's wild.
But yeah, so overall, the game on the field, just the best. The best. Just the best. He's the best. Ramses, he's the best.
He is. And there's other things, like, now to mention, now that the World Cup's over, right? Like, yeah, we can talk on Messi. Mbappe, his price tag. What happens to it now? Like, is he...
Oh, World Cup loser, second. Oh, please. Can't even win a Champions League. Can't even win a Ballon d'Or.
So, what's the minimum that someone can buy him for now? 200 mil? 175 mil?
$1 billion at this point, bro. Like just
realistically,
sales.
200 mil, right?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, that sounds like a steal.
250?
That sounds like a steal.
Who can afford Madrid?
And
Madrid's going to be the team to get him.
This is me thinking of, like, things in sports in general, of, like, how big contracts are in sports, like basketball, baseball, where a dude gets paid $300 million
over 11 years. Or
over 11.
Like
so why not? Why not for Mbappe? 5 years, $300 million.
So that's the thing, right? Because in baseball and sports here in America, they do trades, right? They trade with teams, so they offer like just a contract.
Is it a different contract? Keep going. Yes.
And then just looking at that. But in soccer, you have to buy the player first, and then you have to offer him money.
It's
contract.
It's like you have an egg. You got to crack the egg first,
and then the inside.
And that costs you.
Yeah, exactly, exactly that. That's perfect.
Oh, okay, but food's fine, right? You fucking
say it. You won't.
You pre-diabetic fuck.
At least I'm not diabetic yet.
Yep. Can't say that on this side either. Again, people pay if you're paying attention. You're paying attention.
Who was your breakout player of the tournament? That you're like you didn't know about, and you're like, oh shit, like this guy's good.
I'm trying to not say Guardiol.
There's this guy.
Trying to say him,
there's this guy named Messi. Pretty good.
I mean, Amrabat is not gonna go anywhere. I like the way he played for Morocco. If realistically, most of the French team is pretty wild. Especially like substitutes come in.
From Netherlands is kind of
Dumfries was good.
McAllister's
revelation. I mean, the fact that he plays where he plays.
Like,
yeah.
I think he's really good. He's Brighton's number 10. Like, honestly, I didn't know about him until this World Cup.
Yeah, no, 100%.
McAllister, I was like, what? And his dad played with Maradona. Like, it's funny how soccer works out like that, right? Like, there's little things that are just amazing in the sport.
I know Carl would want to just breakdown. It's just like the form factor of what's going on here, right? So, obviously, it's impeccable what he's doing right here. The timing is fantastic. Just the placement, clearly just not having a weak hand. We were talking about earlier in this penalty shot. His wrist was just a little weak, but here he firms it. He makes sure he just has a good grip to make sure that nope, this is secure. It's not going anywhere. Clearly wanting to show dominance in his area, regardless of who's next to him. Brave to do this in front of like the king and the prince and los vatos, los jefes, los matones. Clearly they didn't like it or appreciate it because the guy gives him the side eye like, really, fuck are you doing?
He doesn't care. He just won the World Cup.
He gets to do whatever he wants. Anybody who wins the World Cup gets to do whatever they want.
They just arrest him. No.
Public execution. Sorry, World Cup is over, buddy. Like, nah. We use stadiums for public stonings now.
2 Balls and a Mic does not condone public stonings whatsoever.
50 feet away for the door. Yeah. But yeah. So Messi, man of the match. Messi having the best World Cup of all time, scoring in every
The best
every
player
level.
of the match.
Scored in every level, round of 16.
I saw a thing, and I don't know if you can confirm with me. He won player of the match for round of 16, quarterfinal,
Yes.
semifinal,
Yes.
and the final, right?
Yep.
Crazy,
Um,
crazy, dude. Like, there's no better way to put it. This guy's just literally the best.
he's the Thompson. He's the best. Messi. He's the best. He's the best. I don't even like. It's just that morning was just perfect.
Soccer's too valieron better.
So
They lost.
yeah, there's much more obviously to talk about as far as World Cup, but in general, just thank you World Cup. Unfortunate setting for
Next one is here.
probably
in our backyard.
the best World Cup I've seen.
Brazil was really entertaining. 2014 2010 was really entertaining.
But there was games just in the group stages that mattered. It seemed like it mattered so much more than they did. And this is the last time we're going to see this way
I
too.
think just
Next World Cup is expanded.
48 teams. We're gonna see Haaland in the next World Cup in his prime.
Holland.
I thought it was like Norway never makes it, but I'm like 48 teams.
Yeah, of course they have to make it. 48 teams. Even Italy's going to make it to this one probably.
Wow! Congrats,
Welcome
Italy,
back.
and probably
Welcome back.
if they don't, oh my gosh, ya que se deshaga el país, güey. That's it. Oh,
I mean,
man.
I'm just looking at it's over. Yeah. This is I just genio, Tony. Maradona and Pele founded soccer. Like they were the fundamental pieces. Messi perfected it. Oof. It used to be I don't know, like it's Black
Did you
Sabbath.
hear that? You wrote that?
No, it's Black Sabbath. You know the band Black Sabbath.
Uh-huh.
Black Sabbath created metal. Metallica perfected it.
Oof.
So it's the same thing here. Like Messi just perfected soccer. Like he maxed out 99. Like he's in like estuvo. Like ¿qué más quieres?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Salt Bay trying to cuddle next to Messi. And see that fool trying to pull Messi's arm? Cabrón, he got his picture. How? That pissed me off, actually. That pissed me off. Because he should not, at any point, have his hands on the World Cup trophy. No. I don't like it.
He should have.
There was another player where he had it and like touching him, like, hey, yeah, okay, dude, like, there, got your picture, great. But then, like, what he had to do was just pull Messi. Hey, this. He's like, okay, ahorita. Like, clearly, he's like, I'll do it right now. And he looks back. He's like, no, what? What are you doing? Relax, leave me alone. And he's like, there you go. Don't do
annoying.
that. That's annoying as hell.
Fuck him. Hope he gets canceled now. Don't touch the World Cup trophy.
just
The only player that didn't play.
right here. Like,
Romero, his kid.
uh,
This man, the hostil.
The only
Do not
player that
touch the
deserves to touch that World Cup trophy that didn't
Agüero.
play, Kun Agüero.
Yep.
That's the only person.
like,
Or Messi's family or player's family, I guess.
Like,
but
uh,
he kissed it.
disgusting.
Oh, no. He should
He
not.
kissed the World Cup trophy. Should
I
not
hate
be
that.
allowed.
I mean, I would do it. You're telling me if you're not down there, you get the chance, you wouldn't try to? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is a long pause. You're gonna say no, of course not. But yeah, you would. You get a chance to take a picture of the World Cup trophy in your hands. You're gonna take
No,
that
100%. But I'm
regardless.
not gonna be shoving the players
Oh
around.
no,
like,
hell no.
like, nah.
No.
All right. So we're gonna keep talking World Cup because more things are gonna pop up. Like, things are great. Things are popping.
Mhm.
But just to close it out, just real quick, because just your condition is just
Dying.
yeah. We'll end it here soon. San Diego Soccer's,
fantasy football after too, but
or do you want to just feel better tomorrow? You tell me, buddy.
I'll let you know.
No, right now. Just let me know. We'll do Soccer's fantasy tomorrow.
No, we can talk soccer right now.
I will talk fantasy. Anyway, San Diego Soccer's invited us, and not invited us, has hired us.
Yeah, invited us.
We are
contracted.
at will employees, independent contractors with the San Diego Soccer's. Getting our first check. That was pretty dope. I was like, what is this? Like, when I got on the memo, I'm like,
I wasn't checking.
well, no, because like, is that my dad? Is this for me? It looks unmarked. Like, okay, I'll open it.
Stranger danger.
But yeah, so the San Diego Soccer's have hired us not just to do Spanish commentary on Canela on 4 games and all the playoff games for the San Diego Soccer's, but we also do the commentary for San Diego Soccer's 2 that is on the official Twitch channel. Also on the official Twitch channel, check out Soccer's Overtime with Craig Elston and the boy Jerry Jimenez every Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Yeah, we have to. Hey, mochense con eso. But yeah, so we went into Pachanga after just like, soccer. Like, I'm all soccered out, man. Like, that, again, it was emotionally taxing for me. Like, clearly I cried. I was like, man, like, what now? Like, just burn the cigarette on myself. Like, I loved it.
And we had to go do commentary.
And then we do commentary, and from there, it was a little bit interesting just because we're only doing Soccer's 2. We're doing it in English, and
we're better in Spanish.
I think so.
I think we're better in
I
Spanish.
think so, and we're going into it because it was like, we do UPSL with San Diego Inter. We do it in English. We know how to do this. We speak English. Like,
yeah, but
that's how we communicate.
Indoor in English is different. Huh?
Yeah. So, and then we got frustrated with each other. Like, I
got frustrated.
You got frustrated. Maldito agresivo. You started yelling at me, and you started telling me like, "Hey,
So
I don't like the way."
Tony has a way of expressing his words where
Well,
no. He likes to put the blame on others right away.
wow,
Without
attacking.
realizing
That's
that he can be more beneficial with the way he changes some of his words.
how would you use your words? Show me.
I would feel more prepared.
Don't give a fuck. You can go now. I'm allowing you to. Like that. That's what he means.
Yeah. So
I do better. I told you, hey, please speak up, please, for me. I know you're a shy little nut, and just need to make
get
you
me to the
flourish.
World Cup. That's all. That's all I need.
Yo estoy chingando, maldito interesado.
Es que llegas al 2026.
Yeah, I'll be there. It's just unfortunate that your car crash is going to happen next year.
Another one?
Yeah, dude, you just can't.
Shit.
You need to stay away from cars. But the San Diego Soccer's 2 had us, and it was weird because it was like our show. Shout out again to the great people at TVX, Randall, who's manning everything. Oh my God, ¿cómo se llama ese vato? Good pistachio cookie. Oh my gosh, there's hey Abner, because that's my cousin's name.
Wow, you're good with names.
That was a name like Abner, and it's my cousin's names. Yeah, I remember.
Okay, cool.
Shout out with Abner.
Oh,
Oh, what's his name?
No. His name's not Abner.
Oh, shit.
It's Alejandro. Mi tocayo.
No, that's his middle name.
Oh, okay.
Abner Alejandro. Yeah.
Okay. That's tocayo.
Alejandro Abner. Shout out to the boy. So they were literally like, okay, this is your show. What do you want? And we were like, well, what do you usually do? And they're like, well, we usually do this, and this. I'm like,
Let's do
let's do that. And
But it's
like,
your show.
yeah, this is like, do you want commercials? And so let's do one. All right, we're gonna go ahead and hold on, that was terrible. The San Diego Sockers started off their 2022-2023 campaign with a loss, unfortunately, against the Empire Jets, not the Empire Strikers, which I was told that I said a couple times, but made sure I corrected. They started the game off by playing really well in the first quarter, getting 2 goals in, but unfortunately, it was just too much to have not NDIA. What's his name?
NDA?
Absolutely. Obviously, a member of the senior team, Empire Strikers, who played in San Diego last week, and we actually got to commentate his great play. Clearly, just a talented player. For some reason, he was in San Diego playing against San Diego Sockers too, and clearly the talent just superseded. He was the X factor in that match. The San Diego Sockers needed to get a little bit more footing on there. Their offense just wasn't happening. The 2 goals came in by having mistakes and capitalizing on those mistakes, and being able to make some offense and create something off of that. But off of their own play, they needed to get a little bit more work done at the end of the match. Obviously, Xavier coming out in the second half because he was substituted in he was a substitute for Boris Pardo in the later game. So you had Yayo, good boy Yayo, come in, played really well, but ultimately San Diego Sockers 2 falls, and now they're going to go ahead and move into the next game, which is away at the Toyota Arena against none other than Empire Jets. So we'll follow the action for the San Diego Sockers 2 for the rest of the season. So check it out here on San Diego Sockers Twitch channel. Thank you. Great job. You did great. San Diego Sockers 2. They lost that, but obviously it happens. It's a long expanding season. San Diego Sockers, the La Mayor.
Almost did.
Yeah, so they've been playing cardiac games here and there in the first 2 home matches. Last game against Empire Strikers, going all the way until golden goal situation. But here, a good undefeated Mesquite team. Both teams were undefeated coming into this matchup. One team was going to come out as the victor, but who was the man of the match here?
El Chiludo de Childs.
El Chiludo de Childs.
You like that? Huh?
Capitan Chiludo. I don't think we're going to allow him next to us if we keep saying that. Captain
Chiludo.
Chiludo Mayor.
Just show his free kick goal, bro, because that shit was fucking genius.
I'm looking for it, sir. Yes, see? And then you say I'm the one that bosses you around. Find me this. Find me that. I need to see this right away.
I'm just
Chiva.
following advice and saying I should speak
Mr.
up and defend myself.
Mr. Chiva, yes. Okay. Please let my family eat tonight. Could you please be so kind? But I can't afford it. Oh, thank you, Master Credit Card. Oh, you're the best. Is that you?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, thanks for the help. But yeah, so this match was going back and forth, and then obviously Capitan Childs is the man. It's not here, sir. It's here.
Yes,
I was right. You were wrong.
Stupido, güey.
But yeah, so it's a 3-2 at this point. Important part of the match. The man with the band didn't play the first match because of coaching reasons. Second match here at home, he's able to get some minutes, get the blood flowing.
Yeah.
This match, he just was shining. Like, this is what this guy does. He's on the older side of his career. Physical, like, okay. But
he knows
what he's doing.
He knows where to stand. His accuracy is above everyone else's in this league. Just look at this. Wait, La Fintita,
the composure to be able to execute
It's easy
that,
for him.
like 10 out of 10 times that is placed exactly where he wants it. 9 out of 10 times. It's just like
8 out of 10,
exactly
maybe.
where he wants that. And in indoor soccer, there's a lot of prefabricated plays. Here you see just everybody else in motion. Sometimes in a set piece, so close like this on top of the key, that off the ball movement is key.
Yeah.
Because obviously you need to make sure that you have a lot more players on the wall, frees up a couple other players in offense to, get a pass and shoot or pass it back. It hardly happens most of the time. It's not a shot directly. But again, Craig Childs is not that guy. He's the man. Because
It's the timing, right? You actually see it in indoor soccer, que las fintas, those little fakes actually
the feints, yes.
played like a big factor. Like, look at that.
The placement.
Bro.
The little foot shimmy, like 3, 2, 1. Oh,
Like,
What's
he
gonna
saw
happen?
Ronaldinho do this, and he said, I'm going to do it.
You probably saw him do it. That's why he's here in the MASL coming up soon.
Yep.
Ronaldinho's in the MASL soon, so keep an
tear
eye
it
out for
up.
that. He's not playing.
I know.
He's not playing. I'll tear it up. Boris Pardo played a great game. The goalkeeper for MESSI was also playing a great game. There was a really good stop he did.
Worst part of always plays a great game.
Yeah, Boris is just... Es Boris. Es el buen Boris.
El chiludo de Boris.
El chiludo de Boris. Eventually, this match tying 4-4. Escoto getting another
Banger.
another goal here. He's playing really, really well. Leo G. Oliveira, he is the pass master, el maestro del pase, and is the one that actually gets the assist on the eventual game-winning goal by Craig Childs. He also gets another assist early. I think that's with not the Escoto goal. But he does get another assist where just pinpoint laser, just accuracy with those soft touches. So Leo comes here. That's not the goal.
Ahorita, ahí
All right.
viene, ahí viene.
Yeah.
Cálmate.
So here's
güey,
Leo,
cálmate.
who had a couple of chances, but that through ball to Voy Morgan, just knowing to let
Go
that
back.
ball
Did
roll.
it go between the players' legs? The pass? Or am I tripping?
We'll check
Is
it
that a
out.
Meg pass?
Leo, para,
Yes, it was.
through the legs, all the way to the corner. And that's Craig Childs' spot. If you see Craig Childs get a pass in that
Oh,
ball,
he's gonna hug that corner.
yeah, it's a goal most of the time because he's just so accurate with the shots.
He knows it. Look at that. He's like, my defense let me down.
So right here, Leo. Oh,
Yeah.
the
real legs.
space. Because what
Que
happens
pase.
if
He
it's,
knows it too. That what he did was filthy. He knows it, man. Whoop.
That's really,
That's
really
wild.
good. Because
That's wild.
there is only a limited amount of space where that could have happened, and most of the time it would just smack on the legs and come back, or you lose possession. But it got through, and San Diego Sockers move on to win this 5-4. And I will say that at the end, the last 50 or a minute, it's just the Boris Pardo show.
El chiludo de Chao se enchiló, güey.
Yeah, he got a little bit angry. Did a little Iverson step over. Just a little yapping here and there. Oh, you want to talk? You want to talk? Oh, okay, cool. And Cedella just like, just hugs him and just takes him
I
in
love
there.
it.
Like, hey,
I
back
love
up,
it.
back up.
Love it.
That's your San Diego Sockers team. They fight hard,
watch
fight
them
to
live.
the end. Sockers are awesome, 100%. Watch them live.
Our next game actually is January 8th. We're doing Soccers 2.
And
And
then?
then we're staying there because we're participating in the Celebrity Halftime Media
no.
show.
I'm not gonna do well that game
Why?
because I'm gonna be at the arena since the morning and I'm gonna be tired. Last time, I remember what happened last time. I just rolled out of bed, went to play a great game. But yeah, great calls
Excuse
by
us.
the boys.
No,
Craig
we'll
Elston
get to warm up before and
and Nate
everything else.
Aburrea. That's my energy. My energy is leaving.
Nah,
Oh, that's when we should do a video.
I'm down.
Yeah, we gotta do that.
I'll strap on the GoPro again.
You'll strap you. Talking about you. But yeah, San Diego Sockers move on to win that one. Follow the Sockers again. Follow the Sockers because they they will have a fantastic campaign to try to three-peat. And it's definitely darn tootin' possible. Soccers are awesome. I love soccer. Check out Soccer's Overtime. And yeah.
Yeah, man. Fantasy football, we're in semifinals.
Yeah, no, 100%. If you're still here, you deserve this.
The funniest thing you'll ever
You speak
see.
Spanish. I love you.
Empeñar a mi hijo.
Señora, no puede empeñar niños.
Se llama Patricio. Ayuda, me van a empeñar.
Patricio, sé fuerte.
¿Cuánto ofrece?
Señora, solo recibimos objetos de valor.
¿Qué insinúa?
O sea, no aceptamos pingüinos.
Pero este no es un pingüino.
Entonces, ¿qué es?
Una guitarra.
Señora,
Canta, Patricio, canta. Estas son las mañanitas. Como guitarra, baboso.
impresionante.
¿Cuánto me da por este tambor?
No
La
quiero
guitarra.
Es tuyo, hijo.
fabuloso.
¿Cuánto me ofrece, pues?
300 pesos.
¿Cómo se atreve?
Disculpe,
¿Acaso propuso comprar a mi hijo?
yo solo...
Debería de darle vergüenza. Yo jamás vendería a mi hijo. Mamá, me cagué. ¿El pago sería en efectivo?
San Diego Soccers are awesome. Check out the Soccers.
Man, people are going to be like, what the fuck was that? Yeah. Check us out. January 8th. Make sure you guys go out there. We're going to keep promoting that.
If you're in the fantasy league and want to talk shit and want to come on the show and talk about it because you're in playoffs and you deserve to have a voice here, let us know. We're going to have an episode. You didn't know this. Later on in this week, I would say, just to talk about exactly that. And just some back and forth. Again, just mentioning it real quick. We're going to win this league, so we're not worried about the pick'ems for NFL because we're going to win. And it's over for all of you. And other than that, thank you for everybody who has put us in the booth of a professional soccer team here in San Diego. Couldn't be more thrilled. Feel better, Chiva.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas. This is a Christmas episode.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Merry
Estas
Christmas.
son las mañanitas.
Como guitarra, baboso.
Thank you guys for watching. Love every single one of you. Laters.
Bye.